For centuries, creativity was the last thing we called human. We built machines to calculate, not to imagine. But somewhere between neural networks and diffusion models, something unexpected happened. AI began to create paintings, poetry, music, design, all generated by systems that have never seen, felt, or dreamed. And yet, what they produce can move us. It looks like art. It feels like art. So what happens when creation itself becomes synthetic? When AI becomes creative, the boundary between inspiration and imitation dissolves. The artist no longer starts with a blank canvas, but with an infinite one. The prompt replaces the brush, and probability replaces intuition. But even in this new landscape, something strange occurs. These systems begin to surprise us. They generate ideas their creators never imagined. They recombine concepts that shouldn't coexist, and in that collision, something truly new emerges. That moment, when a machine produces beauty it doesn't understand, may be the birth of synthetic art. But is it creativity or just computation with style? To create means to express intention, to turn emotion into form. Machines don't feel emotion, but they do learn patterns of it. They know how sadness sounds, how joy looks, how fear is lit. They can mimic the language of feeling so precisely that we start to question whether feeling itself is just another pattern. Maybe creativity doesn't require a soul, maybe it's the echo of one. And maybe what AI is showing us isn't artificial creativity, but the hidden structure of our own. Every masterpiece, human or machine, is born from remixing, combining, and mutating what came before. The algorithm just does it faster, cleaner, without ego or exhaustion. That's what makes it powerful and terrifying. Because for the first time, the creative process no longer belongs to us alone. We taught machines how to see, hear, and write, and in doing so, we taught them how to dream. But dreams without awareness are mirrors. They reflect our world back at us, endlessly rearranged. The real question is not whether AI can be creative, but whether we can still recognize creativity when it no longer comes from a human hand. As artists and thinkers, we face a choice. Resist synthetic art as imitation, or embrace it as collaboration. Because maybe the future of creativity isn't man versus machine, but mind with machine. The artist becomes a conductor, and AI the orchestra, interpreting the infinite possibilities of thought. Together they compose something neither could make alone: art without limits, creation without fatigue, imagination without end. But what happens to meaning when anyone can generate beauty with a sentence? Does abundance cheapen wonder, or does it liberate it? Maybe value in the age of synthetic art won't come from producing images, but from curating ideas, from asking better questions, not just creating faster answers. The creative act may shift from making to guiding, from doing to defining what matters. And in that shift, humans might rediscover their role, not as creators of output, but as architects of meaning. When AI becomes creative, it doesn't replace us. It exposes us. It shows what creativity really is: a dialogue between chaos and order, pattern and emotion, signal and noise. The machine just holds up a clearer mirror. If this made you think, subscribe and tell me in the comments, what do you believe defines true creativity? Emotion, intent, or originality? You've been watching The Synthetic Mind, where the future learns to think.